Welcome to game number 2. We have Leenock spawning as the purple Zerg, and the winner of the last game. Why is he marked as Protoss? Whoa, that may have been a mistake in game number 1. Hopefully, I had it as Zerg, but I think I had it as Protoss that entire time. My bad for not updating that scoreboard to say ZVZ. Hopefully, that didn't bother you guys too much. Pegasus spawning as the teal Zerg. And the last game was definitely a unique game. Both players saying, you know what, let's go 10 pool. Oh, okay, let's both. Oh no, 10 pool was the last series. That game, it was just both kind of like a 13-14 pool timing, and then they rush into Mutalisks, and that is so odd. These overlords are going to cross paths, which means they most likely will go for fast expansions, because if you throw both go for a 9 pool or 10 pools, and the overlord's gonna cross, so we'll see if they cancel them at all. But yeah, both players going for a very early pool. And well, they'll be able to defend each other because the pools are at the same exact time. These players have some type of psychic link to just mimic each other. 11 out of 10 and 12 out of 10. So if I have to give anything, it's Leenock in the lead because he has one more supply above that supply cap. But who knows, maybe his drones will just go hungry quicker and then just starve and die. That would be a horrible death. We do have the Overlord coming out, the Lings coming out for both players. And yeah, Overlords come into the base and they're going to say, oh my god, your pool is already up? Did you beat me? Did you 6 pool? And they'll be like, wow, we actually both 10 pool. Huh. As you can see, both players moving out with their 6 Lings, hoping to catch each other off guard and going for a hatch first, but no, they don't. You can almost predict any map that you're supposed to go for a fast expansion. There's always going to be someone that goes for a pool before Overlord. You can see, whoa, the micro going on. I didn't know my mouse was on the mini map, so I middle click to move my map around. It just clicked on the mini map. But some great micro going down in these Ling battles. It looks like Leenock comes out ahead, and these 2 Lings from Pegasus just going in, gonna get scouting information that is crucial at this point to see what each other is doing. Are you building more Lings behind this? Or are you droning up? And he's going to say, okay, you are droning up. You have a gas. That's good to know. No Baneling's Nest out yet. You're not getting speed just yet. So I'm in a pretty good position doing the same thing. As you can see, both players building 5 drones at a time. Pegasus does have vision of what Leenock is doing. Leenock doesn't really have vision of what Pegasus is doing. So there definitely is a difference in these overlords just saying make love not war and hug, have a one night stand and start splitting off. They don't want to see each other ever again. And again, 2 queens are out for Leenock. It looks like he really favors this. Just the 2 queens forming a wall. Well, maybe, okay, I was about to say that queen is on an expedition going down that ramp. He's been taking his expansion. And both players actually getting Baneling Nest. And, yeah, it's 2 queens out here for Pegasus. So the 2 queen before second hatch, very common. If you don't do that, well, you're behind the Korean server. Apparently that is what is the best thing to do. And that just shuts down any type of scouting your opponent can do on you. If they have an Overlord come here to try to check your expansion timing, you can really take it by surprise with 2 queens and pick it off as we did see the last game. And looking like 4 Lings do get up and get a complete scout, see the Baneling's Nest, and see that speed coming along. You can't see how far along it is, but he just knows it is researching. And Leenock is getting 4 Banelings of his own. Keep in mind, this is a BO5 instead of the normal BO3s we did earlier, as this is the finals. 2 queens kind of trying to form a wall off. And I think Leenock is going to be perfectly safe against this small poke by Pegasus. No second gas yet by either players, which is just kind of strange, as they both went for Mutalisks in game number 1. They're saying, you know what, let's just do a Ling and Bling battle. And he's trying to get us around those Lings so they don't get a scout on. Those 2 Lings going to say, hey, you're expanding. So, well, maybe not. They're not going to get up. I thought they'd at least get up here to see the hatch go down. And that would be great information to have, just because you're like, okay, you're not going to be attacking me within the next 30 seconds. Because if he doesn't know this expansion is coming, Pegasus could have been just gearing up to do an all-in in about the next 20 to 30 seconds, and Leenock would have a hard time defending it if he doesn't know it's coming. But it's never coming, so there's no real need to talk about it too much. Feeling kind of gets wasted as the Ling gets up the ramp. He doesn't want his opponent to know what he is doing. Rogue One is going up for Pegasus, and Leenock just going with the Lings and Blings. He's got 20 Lings on the way. That is a bunch of Lings. And I think he's going in to attack fairly soon. And you can see all the Banelings and Lings marching across the map. One Ling is going to get picked off. I think he knows exactly what is going in. Behind this, we have 7 drones in production. So it looks like Leenock, he never really says, okay, let's just go units and workers. No, it's either all army or all workers. And that is a lot of Banelings coming in here. That blow up on pretty much nothing as the Banelings take out the Banelings. And there's enough roaches here, I think, to defend pretty easily. More roaches coming out, and I think Pegasus could just did a huge timing here, saying, I killed your whole army for virtually nothing. Let's just move out and kill you. And that's exactly what he is doing. We have a lot of spine crawlers going up. Holy cow. Even building another one. He knows just how, like, many roaches are coming across the map, so he masses spine crawlers. And we'll see if they're out in time. Pegasus getting a few Banelings. But I think it's safe to say that Leenock will be going mutas in this game, just because he has so much static defense. These Banelings are going to come up and be like, oh my god! And he's going for it. He's actually going to try to break this. No, he's not. He's going to fall back. I was about to say, that's like 6 spine crawlers. I don't think he wants anything to do with that many of them. Well, he's just going to morph Banelings and try to use the roaches to soak up the damage. And they hit the Banelings between the spine crawlers, doing a lot of damage, possibly. I don't know. The worker count, let's go to it. 27 to 33, so Leenock, despite building like 20 spine crawlers, he is still in the lead of workers. And oh my god, the same thing that Pegasus did to Leenock. Leenock just does a few Banelings, blows up all of his Banelings. And now we have Pegasus just ignoring the spine crawlers. You can't wall off with just spine crawlers. And now he is going into the main with Lings and roaches. These roaches gonna come back. All the spine crawlers coming up. Not all of them, actually. A bunch of them coming up and burrowing up around this ramp. And is this gonna save him? His hatchery is in a lot of trouble here. Now the spine crawler is gonna relocate yet again. Banelings coming, trying to save this hatchery. Looks like this hatchery may get saved. Or not. It is so low on life. The spine crawler is now burrowed. It is going to be going down. So it's 1 hatch to 2 hatch. And more units come in. Pegasus. So many Banelings. And oh, they're going to get this worker line. So many workers die there. And this is going to be it. Pegasus taking game number 2 as well. Will Leenock be able to come back? I know it's not over till the GG. But I just don't see him coming back. 50 supply to 25 supply. Leenock in a lot of trouble here. $27 workers to 21. So no, I mean, there's no way he can hold this off. This is just eventually gonna pummel his way through, because again, it's 1 hatch versus 2 hatch. Also, this 1 hatch doesn't have a queen. So those injects cannot happen. And Pegasus would be absolutely safe to double expand, I would say, if he wanted to. And just storm ahead. But I'm not sure what he's going to do. He is building a lot of drones right now. Moving a few banelings for defense. And we have more spine callers going up for Leenock. Really just wants to hold on until he can get to whatever it is he wants. It's 2 gases versus 3 gases, and that Lean just running in, trying to get a scout on and see what units there are, how many banelings are up there, those type of things he needs to know. And this Overlord keeps poking in by Leenock, seeing the mineral line so you can see how many drones there are, how hard are you droning up, because if you're not droning up hard, you have a huge army. So that is definitely good for him to know, and that's why you keep seeing him poke in and out to try to guess, are you building units, or are you building drones? And it was all drones, 44 to 27. 75 food to 40. Pegasus is definitely in a demanding position. We have a layer now coming out for Leenock. Layer is about halfway done though for Pegasus, actually 3/4 of the way done. This is looking worse and worse every single minute just because this income is so different. And we even have him taking kind of a ninja third base up here. This one poor Ling gets taken out by a swarm of Lings. And there are 3 banelings. I don't know where the other ones are. Okay, some up here. There's plenty of banelings actually to try to defend against mass Lings. And Spire is coming out from Pegasus, and he's getting a lot of spine crawlers. This is not the ZVZs I'm used to seeing, and that is for certain. And now all these Lings coming in and gonna try to catch up and pick these Lings off, but it doesn't look like these Lings are gonna come and get hit by a baneling. And don't see this huge drone transfer going up to his third base. He's also taking his 4th, and he's gonna have so much gas to build so many mutas. You can see that Pegasus is around 1k gas, while Leenock is only at 500. That's gonna mean there's a lot more mutas. Actually, no. Leenock just going for infestation pit. Did he see that Spire? No, he did not, but I guess he just knows Pegasus' playstyle. Loves those mutalisks. And so many workers. Let's see what that count is. 55 to 46. So it's not that bad, but he's going to have a lot of extra gas as soon as he gets all 4 of these bases up. And the gas is what lets you get those big hitting units in ZVZ, either mutas, infestors, or whatever you want. Even ultralisks, if you so desires. Infestation coming up for Pegasus, and there's a lot of mutas coming across the map. And the Overlords, not only that spread out for Leenock, so he is going to be safe from that. Got 2 Spore Calls up. There's mutas though just going for the drones, ignoring that Spore Call of the most one, just taking off as many drones as possible. 44 workers had been killed. Oh my god. 39 to 44 to 64. And so many infestors pop, and they get a big fungal growth off on these mutas. Those mutas cannot leave. And did he just kill? No, it's only 3 workers killed. Leenock definitely has had a lot of workers destroy this game. And you can see Pegasus just watching every other base. He's not watching this one, doesn't have the watchtowers. And let's see, Boss knows about this 3rd base, but he doesn't know. Well, he knows about the 4th base, but he really thinks that's the 3rd base. Doesn't know about the one all the way up here for Pegasus. Unless he saw the drone transfer, which I don't think he did. And here we go. Leenock taking a 3rd base. A lot of infestors moving out, and he's going to throw in some infested Terrans. And just sit by them, and those mutalisks, well, the mutalisk will go down to those infested Terrans. Leenock moving across the map, and Leenock actually really close on supply. After all these lings go down, Leenock may be even. No, it's still extremely close. This game is nowhere near over. I thought it was over a long time ago, but Leenock showing us he knows how to play a late game. And that Baneling took out a lot more lings than it should have. And a lot of spine calls on the way for Pegasus to help defend. And all these roaches do get fungal growth, but the infestors do go down. And there are no upgrades, and Leenock's lings, where was lings at? No upgrades as well. The roaches do get cleaned up, but Pegasus has a few Banelings coming in to scare those lings back. And this roach will go down to the fungal growth. And Pegasus, he's at 2k, 1k. If he spent his minerals, this game would be over. And looks like we do have a drop, so it's not a player. So it shouldn't be that bad. Going this production tab, it should be sick for Pegasus, as he again was. No, that was Leenock. Leenock was at like 2k, 1k. Wow, that is definitely surprising, but I guess it's because he's only on the 2 hatcheries. He just couldn't possibly build as much after the queen got sniped and couldn't bomb it, maybe? I don't know. Now a bunch of infestors are out for Pegasus, and they have a lot of energy. Gonna shoot those infested cannons. And there's so many infested cannons coming out. This one base is most likely gonna be falling. It's gonna be 2 bases to 4 bases yet again. And Pegasus, looking like this is gonna be what I said about 10 minutes ago. 2-0 right now, but it is a BO5. A lot of drones just sitting here begging to be fungal growth, but all the infestors get fungal growth, and they will be going down. This is the thing Leenock needs to do if he wants to stay in this game. Is there just too many roaches though? More infestors coming in. There goes the GG. 2-0. BO5 though, so are we going to have a reverse all kill from Leenock? Or will Pegasus just take this series?